Well, it's Sunday. It's my Sunday. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this Sunday night on the Ted's blame tanky thing, Baneblade. That's it. That's what it is. Yeah, it's my turn tonight. Last week it was me and Chris. I should say happy YouTube birthday or whatever it is to Chris. It's 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Doesn't seem that long ago since he started along with a video of a pot noodle, but yeah, good. Right, what we're going to do this week, I've changed the angle a little bit so you can see a little bit more building. I hope that's suitable for you. And we're going to have a look at putting some of this Baneblade together. We did a little bit last week. We did the other side of the, hang on, where is it? We did this last week. And we're going to do the same again this week, just in case you missed it. And we can look at it in a little bit more detail and things like that. And I've also got, in a moment, I'll show you what else has arrived to make this all blingy and super sparkling and things like that. So as we get on, we'll just have an enjoyable evening, an enjoyable 90 minutes watching me build the blame. I still can't say it. Build the blame. Build this tank thing. Build this Warhammer. So that's what we're going to do. Right, let's have a look and see who's in. I know that one or two of you did come in a little bit earlier, but that's fine. Get yourselves in to have a nice comfy seat. Get the best seat in the house. I think Lord Barclay III was the first one in, so good evening to you. Then he was closely followed by Fox, model making guru, who I hope has come back from making a brew. I'm no doubt it's coffee. Yeah, but you'll miss the music. You'll have to play the music back at the start. I quite like that. It's very Baneblade-ish. Then Chris, who else is there? Then Nat came in. Good evening, Nat. Candygram, Candy's in. Then me, I was in. Speedy Q8. Speedy Q8 was in. Cynical Steve, going down. Keep going. AJ, good evening, AJ. They're all chatting amongst yourselves while I'm getting all nervous and drinking lots in the background. Cynical Steve, lots of chat. Stew Pot, Gemma, hi Gemma, how are you? Lots of people coming in. Good to see you all tonight. Model Making Mayhem. Lord Barclay, Stew Pot, Lee Eagles. Well, good evening, Lee. Yep. And going down and down and down. Don't touch the blue button because it'll all jump and I won't know where I'm at. Yep. Model Making Guru came back with his brew. Yes, Primetime Modelling. Then we went live, and I think everybody else is coming in now. So I'll catch up with you as we go along. But if I do forget, I don't do it on purpose. Yeah, because when I get building, when I get gluing things together, tends to be that I tend not to look at the screen too much. So don't forget, if you do want to catch my attention, put it in bold, and I'll try and see it. Illegals is just subscribed. Yes, it's a subscription entry. So if you haven't subscribed, go down here somewhere and subscribe, please. Yeah, I'm not far off of that. I need another 100 people to get to 1,000 subscribers. So it's not far off. If you know a friend, just tell them. Just tell them to subscribe. You don't have to watch. Just subscribe. Yeah, but do anyway. But yeah, like and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Give the video a thumbs up. Helps the channel all along, and I appreciate your support. Right. So should we get on with things? First of all, I think I'll tell you what I'm going to do in this, because I had a package arrive between last time I did this on my own and this time. A package has arrived. I think I've shown you it once before, but just in case, if anybody out there is new and you come along from maybe the 40k group or anything like that, if you're watching the background, come and chat and say hello, because I do know that there's a few people sit out in the background And yeah, that's fine. Quite happy at that. I could be wittering along in the background while you're at your bench doing your work. But if you're out there in chatland, just come along and have a chat and say hello and welcome and things like that. So yeah, we're all a nice friendly bunch here, and we all get a good yeah, we all get along fine. Right. Right, here we go. Right, what did we get from Gemma? No, not Gemma. What did we get from Jennifer? This week, as you know, I've said that I was going to bling this Baneblade up by eventually putting some lights in it, and I was also going to make the turret turn around and the big gun here would all flash and give her a sort of a firing effect. But anyway, a nice package arrived, and this is from Jennifer at Small Scale Lights. There's a link in the description to Jennifer, so if you want to find out where these are from, if you're watching this and you want to know what it's all about, go along to Small Scale Lights and you'll find all the details about this. It's a Baneblade kit. What she did initially was just a Baneblade lighting kit, but we thought what we'd do, we'd get together and we'd make a super improved Baneblade kit, and this would have LED lights. There's a couple in here. It would also have battery boxes. This takes 2 coin cells. That goes in a little bag, little pocket like that. And there's bags of room in this Baneblade, so you can put these in. There's a little switch on it as well, so we can put the switch somewhere so we don't have to take it apart each time. So we won't have to take it all apart each time. What I'll do, I'll maybe put the switch underneath somewhere, glue it into, drill a hole, glue it down, put it into the hole, something like I did on the Oshkosh. If you ever see me build the big Oshkosh Jeep type thing, I put a little switch on that just so you could switch it on or off. But that's that. There's the, in here we have a bigger battery pack. There's 2 battery packs in here. This is a bigger AA battery pack because in this kit is a servo. It's a really tiny servo in here, and Fox is asking, am I going to make it custom built, working tracks and full suspension? Yeah, it could. If you're really technically minded, you could actually. There's bags of room in here to do that. But yeah, no, not for me. It's taking me over. You've got me building and painting one of these. So yeah, that's it. So look how tiny this servo is. So what I'm going to do is find a way of mounting that in the hull, and then having it connect to the turret so it turns around. Then here, lots of stuff. I won't take it out of the packet because it's in an anti-static bag. Is the control. It all plugs in, all plugs together, and it will give a movement on the turret, and when it moves to one position, the LED light here will flash, then it moves to another position, it won't find a target but it'll move back, won't find a target, then it'll move back again, find a target, bang, light will flash. If you go along to Jennifer in the description, she's a video of it all working all together. I would have shown it working, but I haven't got any batteries, so I'll try and get some batteries for it. So that's what we're going to do, and this is the first piece I've done. Is I've put some lights in there. See that? There's there's wires for electricity. So yeah, I haven't even lit them up yet to try and see if it works, but that's what I'm going to do. I am going to probably not be able to show you on the live stream how I'm going to do this, but I am going to make a short instructional video how to get lights, how to get the lights in this. So I've done it on one side. When I come to do the other side, I can put some lights in. I'll make a little video of how to do it. So if you're building Baneblade and I must learn how to say it. So if you're building Baneblade and you want to bling it up a little bit, you'll be able to see how. Right, let's get this lot out of the way. And what there is, I should point out what there is for the lighting kit. If I can find the lighting kit, there's 4 white lights that go for the headlights as such, and I think there's also, or there should be, 2 red lights to go for the. Maybe there isn't. I thought there was 2. I thought there was 2 red lights to go for the reversing lights, the rear position lights, but perhaps there isn't. Yeah, we can sort that out. Right, let's get on with some building, shall we? Ian Thompson says, I guess he'll be checking out the stream, the page after the stream. Yeah, go along, have a look. Got bags of stuff. She's got loads of stuff there, and if Jennifer's the sort of a lady that if you want anything building specifically, or you've got some ideas, she's more than happy to work with you and put those ideas into action and get it built. She's a modeler herself, so she knows what you're talking about. So yeah, go along and have a look. Have I decided on the searchlight, says Fox? Yes, I think I have. I've maybe 1 or 2 spare LEDs lying around, so I will. Where is it? In here somewhere. At the side of the tank, you can see there's a little searchlight. The front of that is fully plastic, so I'm going to drill it out, clear it all out, find something to fit in there, and I'll get the searchlight lit as well. Right, let's just have a look at the chat. Yeah, there are 4 lights on the front. Yeah, well, and Fox has been away from this live streaming a little bit because he's had toothache. He's had tooth surgery done, so get well soon, Fox. Hope you're back with us soon. Candy says, when he was young, he had a remote control car with a power switch on the bottom. Yeah, he orientated it so that it drove over anything, it would switch off. Yeah, that's most inconvenient, but I can't see the Baneblade going over much. And yep, Dan Kramer's come in as well. Hi Dan. Athol's in. Dexterous Crafter is Nat, and I'm sure she's watching this stream with interest because she's actually, I believe she's actually thinking of building her own Baneblade in the near future. Yeah, her and Lewis will get together and be building their own Baneblade, so watch out for that. What could be an exciting stream in the future. Carrying on down the chart. Lord Barclay III says he would like to learn how to do lights. Lighting is really easy. A lot of people out there in lighting land will do their own lights. They'll do them from scratch, and they'll buy all the bits and pieces and solder them all together. But for want of a few pence, you could go to somebody like Jennifer who will make them all up. You'll see here just these little white LEDs. You'll see here that in the line there's a little bump. I don't know if you could see it. You can see there's a little bump just in there. She'll solder all the resistors in for you and give you enough length to work with, so she can make everything up. You can go along and ask her to do that for you. But yeah, Lord Barclay, it's nothing to be afraid of. Lights are easy, aren't they, Mr. Fox? Yep. He'll, when he's finished his spaceship build, he'll know all about lighting because it's going to be all lit up. Right. Yeah, Skipper, lighting is really easy, says the qualified electrician. Yeah, that's me. But yeah, this is model lighting. It's totally different. I don't know anything at all about electronics and electrics. Yeah, I know about electrics, but I don't know anything about electronics or controllers and little tiny chips and things like that. When I was an electrician, I was dealing with big things like cranes and trucks and T-urns. That's, yeah, I can really fix. I'm expert at fixing T-urns. So yeah, the whole shipyard used to come to a standstill if the T-urn didn't work. So that's what happened. Anyway, should we get on with some building? If I can find out where I was up to from last week. Chris kept me chatting last week, so I didn't get. I didn't get as much done as I thought I would. But yeah, so I can put this one here to build off, because last week I tried to build without reading the instructions. And it didn't go down too well. So this week what I'm going to do is finish that off, I think. Yeah, I'll finish these bits off. So what I'll have to do is root in the box, so it's going to be a little bit noisy for a moment while I find the bits, and then we can do that. Right, yes. Excuse the noise while I root in the box. Dexterous, that says, will we? Yeah, meaning that she's got to build a Baneblade. I'm sure that's a commitment. I'm sure she's committed herself. Her and Lewis have committed themselves to building a building one of these. So yeah, it's a given. Yep. That's that bit. So I don't need that bit yet. What's that bit look like? It looks like that. Now then. Right. Yeah, that's the bit I need, I think, because it looks like that. So that bit goes there, and that bit goes there. I think I found the bit. It's that bit. The unfortunate part about these Baneblades, got it right, is that nothing's numbered. Ted says, pretty cute. Did I wire a flashing police light into my helmet when we were on the beat? No. Yeah, because in them days batteries were huge. Nothing like the batteries of today. Could have been gas powered. Yeah, the days when I was at the police, the flashing lights on police cars was actually a motor with a cog that sent this spinning reflective disc around a static light. So what you had was the light, and then you had, if I can find something to represent the disc, here we go. What you had the light, then you had the reflective disc, and this reflective disc went round and round the light, so that when you viewed it, you had an effect of a flashing light. But so nothing was actually flashing, it was just the disc was spinning around this light. And what used to happen was that would be in the Panda car, and that was the days when you had, do you remember the days when the Panda cars had a little police stoplight on the back, and we had to switch it on to get the people behind us to stop? Anyway, what would usually happen was that as you drove along and you switched the blue light on, this motor in the cog would stick and it would judder, so you would no longer again have a flashing light. And you never used to spot this until you were either on a very dark road or you were going past a shop window and you could see that your blue light wasn't flashing anymore, it was just shaking. So what you had to do was bang on the roof of the car to unstick it, and it would start spinning again. Sometimes it would jerk, but that was really technical. So none of this flashing strobes and sort of all sorts of funny patterns and things like that. That's how we used to get a spinning light on a police car, or not. Right, which one was I cutting out? So yeah, the things we used to get up to. Some of the things I can't repeat, but yeah. Yeah, so that's that. It used to be great. The only way you could get somebody to stop was actually try to get in front of them and put the police stop light on, so that they knew you had to stop, because you could try flashing them, but I don't know, just never stop. Right. Yeah, well, just go back up to the chat. Sound effects by Teddy Drinks Gin. Yeah. Spinny Q said, I'd be concerned if police would flash me. Yeah, flash many people. Yeah, flashing lights. Yeah, that great feeling the first time you ever went out on the beat and you were sent to an instant response job, or a blue light job as they call it, and you couldn't wait to turn the blue light on because you were young and keen and things like that, and you get a message coming over the radio, can you attend a road traffic accident at such a location, and you were used to be in company, what they call in company, with a real old seasoned bobby who used to sit with a fag in the side of his mouth. And it's a rush job. Can I put the blue light on? No, we'll get there. Come on, let me put the blue. No, we can't. Can I put the no, we'll get there. We don't need a blue light, lad. Yeah, so look how that fits in there. Superb. Unfortunately, yep, get the nubs off. I was thinking whether or not I should actually glue that on, because this is to go in there. And then the wires, obviously you need to do the lighting first. So I may not glue it on just yet. I may glue this bit on because I've done everything for this, and then I can find out whereabouts exactly I can put a hole in here. So I've just knocked something off. Just knocked something off the bench and heard it bounce on the floor, so I've probably lost something. Right, so we'll leave that on there unglued for the moment, but we can do this bit. We've done that. Right, we could do this bit then. Right, so finding bits. Right, find these beer barrel type things. Reggie Models in, good evening, how are you? Fox says, would it be worth magnetising parts like this so I can gain access in the future? I think once that this is fed through the bulkhead, these parts here can actually be glued on. There wouldn't be a need to get back in future. These lights themselves, being LEDs, are not likely to blow as such, not likely to go out, and if they did go out, yeah, so be it. But I will test. I haven't tested them first, just to make sure before I glue it in. that they do work. So that I will leave them 2 pieces for the gluing for now, and we'll move on to the back here. So I'm looking for the beer barrel type bits. Good evening, Paul. Paul MD to pass us in. Noise. Nope, they're not beer barrel type bits. Tracks, I need them. I'll leave that out. Beer barrel type bits. Yeah, now you'll have to remember when you come to do your Baneblade, none of these sprues are numbered, so you've got to guess. You've got to look them up. So just take note. Yeah, I hope you're taking note of that, so you can point. You can tell Lewis when when you're ready to do yours. Right. Is there a front and a back to these? There's an up and down, so we need one of them. Rigging models in. Sorry I'm late, I finished work early then napped. I got carried away with painted Necrons. I'm on a mission to finally finish them after 3 years. Right, and I take it Necrons, am I pronouncing that? Necrons? I take it that's Games Workshop stuff. This is a workshop, this is a Games Workshop building stream. Ah, I see, yes. Yeah, party barrels, so yeah, the Party 4s. Games Workshop version of the Party 4. I actually took a drive out today. I went to Kendal, and the Games Workshop, there is a Games Workshop in Kendal, but it's shut, being a Sunday. However, I did notice on a shelf in another store where I sometimes pick up my paint from, if I need just an occasional bottle of paint, that they're now selling Games Workshop figures and kits and things and paints and all the paints with all those strange names. Reggie Modler says, yeah, it's Necron things are 40k robot things. That's right. There's enough room in a Baneblade to hide more Baneblades. Yeah, small Baneblades, you can hide them in here. Games Workshop's closed on Sunday. Whether that's because of the rules or things, but yeah, it was shut. But the other shop was open that does sell. It was Boys. Does anybody have a Boys? But they were selling Games Workshop stuff. Now then, I'm gonna have a guess. Oops. I'm gonna have a guess that the skulls should be the same way up. Let's have a look. Yeah, the skulls appear to be the same way up. Ian says, can I turn the main barrel to be a beer tap? Could do, yeah. Party 4s, Party 7s. Ah, right. There, yeah. You've got to make sure that the barrels, the Party 7 barrels, are the right way up, and they've got the Death's Head skulls and things on them, so that they'll be the right way up, I think. I think the best way would be to dry fit everything to make sure it's the right way up. So where did I see that other bit? Ah, gosh, this is difficult. Hang on, be back with you in a minute. More rattling in the box. No, hang on, the parts might be on the bench actually. There we go. Ah, right. So we want one of them. Gin in the main barrel, tonic in the smaller barrel. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, gin and tonic on one side, vodka and orange on the other. Or yeah, a single malt in the top and a blend in the bottom, and mixers in the other one. Right, so that goes on there because that cathedral shaped bit fits on there like that. And then I take it that the skulls go the right way up. Success. Yes, that's it. So that bit with the cathedral window type on it fits that bit. So we can glue that bit, can't we? Do a bit of fettling. Nigel, Ted, building Warhammer. What's the world coming to? Yes, that's why it's raining. That's why it's raining outside. What next? He'll be building Lego. Lego. It could be. Yes, I've been doing train sets lately. Well, I've been asked to do some railway modelling. Well, weathering and painting of railway locos or such. I've been looking at some Facebook pages for model railways, and some of the work on there is outstanding, and I just fancy if I had the space, I think I would like to get a little bit into railway modelling, not so much for the running of the trains, but for all the building and the scenery and the weathering and things like that, all the works. Yeah, I'd be quite happy. No, not running the trains, but just building and painting, which is what I like doing. Athol says it's no fun when I'm trying to make a model that have no numbers. Exactly, yeah. I think it's just an extra challenge just thrown in by Games Workshop just to give you a kit. Here's a kit. Oh, away you go, build it. Where's the instructions? Oh, there aren't any. Yeah. But we're guys, we don't need instructions. Right, now then, there's a bit. Does that go in there like that? When I finished it. Seems to be there's a little bit missing, that bit there. So we'll find that bit there by looking around all the sprues, trying to identify that bit there. That bit there isn't on that sprue. That bit there, it's not on that sprue. So it's back to rattling in the box. Ooh, bombs. There's that bit there. Now then, is that bit there? Are they both the same? That bit there seems to be different. Cut them both out and we'll try them both. whether it's just me, but they do seem to be shaped to be one on either side. So we'll cut them both and we'll find out which one fits best. Now, they're both the same, so either one can go on either side. Right, I'll put this to one side if you keep an eye on it for me, so I know where it is for when we're on the other side. And that will glue in there. Yes. Must be so much fun designing these models, because there's nothing, you could just make everything up. No. And yes, that bit can't go in there until that bit's gone in there, can it? And then it doesn't fit because it's on the wrong side. I've just built the wrong side, because here in the bottom is a little recess which this bit fits into. Oh. So we'll finish this one, and this is the other side, so we could do this all again. So a little bit of glue in there. There's a few seam lines on this barrel. This Party 7. There's a few seam lines on it. I haven't a clue how I'm going to get rid of them. What I could do, if I could really be bothered, is I could cut some very thin plastic discs with a circle cutter and cut them out and fill in that way. Yeah, what does it say about reading instructions? Yeah, well, I was reading instructions, but it doesn't tell you that one. Yeah, and it doesn't tell you. There's no instructions. See, I make the mistakes, so you don't have to. So now, when you come to build yours, remember that these parts here, there's a little cutout just in there, a little recess that it all fits together, so it'll go together nicely. Yeah, I made the mistakes, so you don't have to. Yep, that's it. It'll save me time doing it. This. I've just built this one just as a practice, just so that I can get it right before I build this one here. Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't want to get it wrong on this side to show you how it all goes together. So that's that, and then that goes in there like that. I won't glue it on in case I get it wrong again. So I'm now going to build this side for real. So now I find the bits again. Oops. Last week's spillage, by the way, seems to have repaired itself. If you remember last week, I spilt glue on my mat and it all bubbled up, it all blistered. A lovely effect, but it all blistered. But it's all seemed to have gone back down. And yeah, obviously it rubbed the lines off. Right, we'll start again. Here's the bits on insignificant unspecified sprue number. Oh, it has got a number on it. 5, sprue 5. So we now know it's sprue 5 with the party 7s on. And we know that the skulls go the right way up. Looking at some photos of Baneblade, that mold line really stands out. I think it would actually, even if it's painted, it's going to really stand out. So I've got some really thin up here. I've got some really thin plastic card. What I might do is cut some circles out with a circle cutter, if I can find it, and just fill them in. So make it a bit less insignificant. Let's have a look. Let's see what everybody else has said to be. Right, that's everybody going on. Yep. Nat says, like I've said before, if Ted is having a little difficulty, I don't stand a chance. I'm just having difficulties for comic effect. Oh, really? Yeah. No. Honestly, if anybody hasn't built one of these before, they are a doddle. And well, so far I haven't found it's just the fact that nothing's numbered. That's the only difficulty about them, but the instructions are really clear. It shows you in there as well. I never noticed that before, but it just shows you in there the whole full assembly, and it shows you the barrels here without a seam line on them. So yeah, that will have to be done. We'll really have to do something about that. It'll take me 3 or 4 attempts to get the right size circle in these. But Nat, yes, as Raging Modeler says, we'll be there to support you every step of the way. Yeah, Paul will just laugh though. Cynical Steve says, Nat, if I can do it, anybody can. Yep. It doesn't have a clue what's happening. It's all happy accidents. Yes, it's all happy little accidents. Nubs. Cleaning nubs. Chris said he filled his with a layer of sprue glue. Could be an idea, but I think what I'll do, yeah, it's getting the sprue glue in. The sprue glue would go in fine. It's then just finding the right implement or something to rub it down again. So some of this I think in there, and then with a layer of sprue glue around it just to fill it in. It doesn't matter if it looks a bit battered and things like that. I think some battered edges or some roughly welded edges would make it look a bit more Warblade-ish, Warhammer-ish. certainly than the seam lines would. Right, where was the other one? Did I cut it off? I've lost a bit. Oh, I haven't. There it is. I haven't cut it off yet. Athel said you use baking powder and super glue. Yeah, but yeah, filling it's not a problem. It's just the filing it off. It's just getting the implement in there to file it off. We'll have a go. Lots of options to do it. Another option, what I will try, is the glue and squeeze method, as advocated by Model Making Guru. Glue both sides. And then glue and squeeze. No, it's not going to work even with the glue and squeeze, because the gap, well, it's not so much a gap, it's just the seam line is so pronounced. So anyway, what's everybody been up to today? We can now travel around, visit friends, go out to the pub, and behave like responsible adults once again. Yeah. Fox says the glue and squeeze is really a pain in the ass, and to stick to the plastic card method. Yep. This time next week I will have done the plastic card method. Oops. Right. Dan Kramer says, okay, been thinking about how I want to do it. If you've got one, yeah, get one. Yeah, I kindly got this off Dad and Fox. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't have got one. But now I've got it. Yeah, pretty glad I have. Just yeah, yeah, really. I'm going to do this justice for the guys that got me it. So. I'm going to do the bestest job that I can. So has anybody been to the pub? What was it like going to the pub? Reggie Mudler says he got an early finish because the restaurant was pretty dead. We stopped for a coffee just in a small coffee shop just in Kendal today, and even then it was a pain in the backside because you had to wait to be seated, and then you couldn't go to the counter and order your stuff. You had to wait for the waitress to come to you, and then you had to leave your contact details. You had to write your name and address or contact phone number in the book. I can't really see that bit, you know. It's just everything's out to hinder you. John Garner said he went clay pigeon shooting in Cornwall. Whoa. Okay, it's good fun, clay pigeon shooting. No pigeons were hurt in the course of the day's shooting. Dan says Warhammer has no interest for me, so I need to do something else with it. He's already doing a Hydra rattle, so I need another thing. Cool. Lynn says, hi Lynn, I got tin on the big tilly. Woo! Yeah. Does that work? Now time to feed the squawky box. The parrot. Yeah. Cynical says he's turning his Baneblade into a hover tank. That's interesting. Did you see it? What was that film about a hover tank? It was a bit of a rubbish comedy type film. There was something about a hover tank, wasn't there? Right, that then I would leave this bit until that bit goes in, and then it can be pushed into place. So we can glue this in now. So that bit I can glue into there. That bit, yeah, I would describe this. Yeah, the first party 7s glue onto there, and then the cathedral window type pieces yeah, I would take it that these are fuel feeds, because if this is a fuel if these are the party 7 fuel tanks, these would be the fuel pipes, because they seem to go engine direction. That then slips into there and clicks in. Cool, there we go. And then they can be glued so they don't fall out again. Ian's, yeah, that was a Sergeant Bilko remake with Steve Martin. That was it. That's how I remember it. Something about a hover tank. I remember the original Sergeant, not the original. I remember watching it on TV when I was a kid. Sergeant Bilko. He actually made an appearance in one of the Carry On films as well. Carry On, Follow That Camel, when he was in the Foreign Legion. Phil Silvers, was it? Phil Lewis says, are you taking notes now? I hope you are. Yeah, but yeah, this whole stream will be available on my channel now, so you can always catch up and watch it back and rerun the bits and pieces. And both Chris and I are available for questions. You could mail us at any time, as can anybody else. I do have, speaking of which, I do have an email now set up for Skipper Scale Models, but I can't remember the address. I'll have to find it out and put it down below in the description. I set it up the other day. I thought I should get myself Skipper Scale Models. I think it's something like Skipper Scale Models at emodels at gmail.com. But I can't remember. Yeah, that's all. So that will go in there. That So that will go in there, and then that will go on the top of there, and it all fits together like a dream. So then just need to be glued down. When I get the wires in for this, I'll glue all that down, but then that sponson, yeah, I'm supposed to call it a sponson, that track assembly is actually done. And it looks pretty good. It looks like a tank on its own. So that, yeah, so now we will get the other bits. Put these back in the box. Noisy box time. There we go. Now we will see the part where we had lots of fun last week in putting the tracks on. So here is one we started earlier last week. Right. Now the instructions go through it again, step by step. It's just a duplicate of what we did last week, and now I'm an expert at this now, because we'll start number 7. These are the tracks are numbered. Yeah, the tracks are numbered, so that's at least a help. Bench and belly, says Fox. I forgot all about bench and belly. Bench and belly. What's on the bench? What's in the belly? I had curry, chicken. Can't remember. Now we've got to make sure we get these tracks the right way around, and the skull's all facing the right way. So that's that one. I've got this one to copy off now. Dan says, am I going to brush paint the tracks up and under the armour bits? I think painting the tracks first would be more practical. I haven't considered that yet. There's only a little bit of track just underneath, and looking at it, there's not that much of the track that's visible. Yeah, I suppose under here would be a little bit more difficult, but I've already glued it on now. Might hide that. Yeah, I'll consider that. Obviously these bits aren't glued on yet. I shall consider that. A good point. John says, what's happened to the Trumpeter Titanic build? It's over there. It's behind me. I've been painting it with a really small brush, sprayed. I've got the hull sprayed and the shear line done, but it's just been so damned hot and impractical to do it. That's what's dragging it. That's why it's dragging its heels. I have thought of a way of doing it as well, so I can really get a move on with it, but I haven't forgot it. It's just a matter of it's just not been particularly practical to do it. So it will be like and subscribe and click the notification bell, and you'll be one of the first to know when it comes live to the tubes. I have got most of the video for the Titanic build uploaded to the computer and ready for editing, so once the final shots are done for its painting and building, it'll be ready to go in no time. Reggie Model said, belly as yet nothing, bench Necrons, then Judge Dredd models. Cynical Steve says, belly was meat and potato pie with chips, buttered bread, Bench is several Games Workshop kits and pieces, and his big model. What a model sort. Athol says a 2 chip butties, salt and hamburger relish, oozing delight. Lynn belly pimento cheese sandwich, potato chips, crisps. Yeah, water. Bench not even going to answer. Homemade chicken saute, says Candy. Peanuts with peanut sauce. Built and primed Bandai in need of a colour scheme and airbrushing. Belly says dexterous. So it says Nat is a packet of ready salted crisps. Bench, yeah, an easy tea tonight then. Bench empty tonight, so Ted has her undivided attention. Good. Yeah, I'll be taking notes. Yeah, should be pencil and notepaper that. Dan says the Titanic is one of those long-term projects. The 148 sub was what, a year or more? Yeah, something like about 3 years. Yeah. Mind you, I was ill. I wasn't ill and moved house in the middle of it, but never. Yeah, look at see how well that goes together. He said. Right, now what? 5, number 5. Ian says, watch out, Ted, that's after something. I know when women were after something. 5. Sean Will said, belly noodle of the pot variety. Finished the shin musha, whatever that was. What colour was the pot noodle, Sean? Asks Fox. Spinny Q says, Billy, snacks mainly, but a huge pan of chicken soup. Oh, a huge pan of chucked in soup, stock and leftover chicken from yesterday's roast. I had everything, and after that was thrown in. Phil Lewis, fish fingers. Yeah, did you have it with a sandwich? Fish finger sandwich, can't beat them. Somebody was saying last week, was it last week? The Co-op giant fish fingers. I must get some. So you go to the Co-op. If you have a Co-op available in your region or country, go and get Co-op massive fish fingers. That what goes on it. Look at this. Look how easy it's going together this week. 4. Model making chicken. I chucked in stir fry. That's always the best one. Chucked in dishes. Remember when you used to go camping, and on the last night of the camping trip, as I did my Duke of Edinburgh. On the last night of the camping trip, everything you had left in your bag went in the pot. Everything, even pudding, went in the same pot. Cool. All right. I think we could glue these on. Model making guru, did I just call him model making chicken? I probably did. I'll have to run it back and ask you. I'll have to run it back. Yeah, model making guru is the replacement model making chicken. Dinosaurs. Chickens are dinosaurs. Instantly glues it on the wrong way. Does that mean I have to sit on your workbench and mutter? Yep. Yeah. Remember watching those old streams of mine, or watching, you might pick up, if you ever watch some of my videos from the past, you may hear the chicken muttering away in the background. Speedy Q said I did call him Model Making Chicken. Yeah. So in my streams from now on, Model Making Guru will be known as Model Making Chicken. Oops. Nope, need to get that one right. Sean says you just don't try, yeah, as long as you don't lay an egg. Remember, yeah, I came into the workshop and Model Making Chicken had laid an egg on my chair. Yep. So yeah, she obviously appreciated my model making chair in the old workshop. She left me an egg. Hang on. This went together perfectly last time. That's not 5, that's 6. That one. That's why it doesn't go in. That's better. So, when you're putting the tracks on, pay attention to what number. Pay attention to what number the tracks are. And they'll fit a lot better. Right. Cool. So I had the email the other day from work. Dear Ted, hi, how you doing? Hope you're all right and your family's safe and everything. Please be ready to come back to work. So time is imminent of going back to work. I quite like this, being furloughed, staying at home, being paid. Because by the time I've taken off travel and sort of lunch expenses, I'm probably actually better off being at home. Primetime modelling. Hi guys and girls, gotta go, have to love and leave you. Shower time before bed. Is it late? Take care all. See you in the Monday's e-model stream. Or his stream on Tuesday. Yep, primetime modelling, Tuesdays. Have a look out for it. So good night. And Athol's leaving as well. Good night. Yep, I've got about another 20 minutes to go, and then it will be my bedtime as well, because I'm old and need to go to bed. That one, yeah. So now we can put that one in there. I must say it's going together a lot easier than it did last week. Just look how much we've got done tonight, folks. Night prime time. Cool. We have nearly got 2 bits done. Yeah, glad he's not making the tracks as cynical. Look at those gaps. Yeah, unfortunately, because they're not quite as flexible, they're not really gaps. It's just where the track links are opening up, so it shows the connection between the tracks. I suppose it's the best it could do, but when it's the right way up and stood on the ground, yeah, you're not really going to see the tracks. And exactly as Fox says, yeah, once we've covered them in muck and filth, you're not going to see them anyway. Which one was I doing? That one. Next time, next one, number 3. 3, that one. Oh, we're flying this week. Cynical Steve says there's no muck on a hover tank. Yeah, there will. There'll be blast mud and things from hovering, from blowing the jets of air down. It'll blow all the mud and muck up. So yeah, there's got to be muck. Can't have a clean hover tank. No tank is ever clean, whether it's a hover tank or a tank. If it's a tank, it's got to be mud. So, getting this on. Cynical Steve said it's got special anti-mud paint in the future. Yeah, it'll never be invented. Yeah, anti-mud paint. Yep, it's just a pure thing of fantasy. Yeah, will never happen. 3, 2, number 2. Track number 2. Fish tanks are pretty clean, says Sean. No, not my fish tank. My fish tank was a bit clean. My fish could never see out the window. It was that dirty. Used to clean it. Used to meticulously clean it every week. I'd get a special clean, and then come down next morning, it's covered in green algae again. I wonder, why did I bother? Right, here we go, struggling with these tracks. Number 2. That's it. Sorry, can't see. Come back. Just have a little chat. So you can see, come on lads, you know I'll get it just a primer and then it won't get finished. Yeah, that's the best bit, is the painting. The building is just obligatory because you've got to build it before you can paint it. Maybe I should contract out my building, let people build it and just send me the kit back for painting. Paul Tomaso, they never say never. They will never be able to fly. Man, they said man will never be able to fly. And now look what we can do. We could go to the moon. Cynical, it's not the best bit for me. I just love to build. I should contract out the paint. Maybe we could get a team going there, Steve. You build, I'll paint. Well, actually, I do enjoy the building part of it, especially if there's a chance to add some easy detail or spruce things up a little bit. Maybe a little bit of scratch building if a kit lends itself to it. That, of course, was a fantastic kit. If you ever see that on the eModels stream page, have a look at that. That just purely lends itself to scratch building and adding detail to it because it's so big. I did a little bit to it. I could have done bags more, lots more equipment in it and things like that. And being at 160 scale, the scratch building doesn't become that fiddly, but still it's still of the right size where things, if you get what I mean, they don't have to be perfect. They can still sort of leave a lot to the imagination. But scratch building, I always say people should have a go at scratch building. Just simple things, because the whole world, as I always say, is made up of spheres, cubes, rectangles and cones. And if you look at any object, look around at any object, and you'll see that it is made up of spheres, squares, rectangles, cones, and if you combine them all together, you can usually come out and make a reasonable scratch built part. Cynical Steve says, yeah, scratch building is the most fun you can have. Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, I don't have the imagination to make things that don't exist, for instance, spaceships or anything like that. I don't have the imagination to make that, but if I know something that is in real life, I can usually sort of figure a way out to build it. Steve said if you can imagine it, you can build it. Yeah, that's where my scratch building skills do come to a stop. I can't actually imagine things. Ian says, hang on, is Ted teaching classic art techniques? Yeah. It's all an art. I need to wear a beret and big round glasses and talk about art. I'll do a live show next week, just sat in front of the camera talking about art. Classic art, spheres, cones and rectangles. This week's subject, rectangles. Thank you for listening to the stream tonight about rectangles. Next week, for 2 hours, we will talk about cones. Light and shade. Cool, that's that bit of tack done. Now then, turn it round, do the other bits. So we need a number 1. There it is. Welcome to Classic Art with Ted. Light and shade, shadows and highlights. There we go. That bit sits in there. Nearly done. Pin me like one of your French tanks. Haha, pin me like one of your French tanks. Ian says, I think Teddy's channeling Bob Ross. Yeah. Ted, will he be introducing truncated cones? Truncated cones, light and dark. Cool, that's that one done. Now we've got, I think we've got a part 12, and then we finish this bit of the track. Yeah, Bob Ross can just slap that paint on those canvases, but when it comes to cones and rectangles, so next week I want you all to bring to class something scratch built, whatever it is. Ask your mum and dads for permission to use any articles in the kitchen, and bring to class next week something scratch built which you can show to class. Look at that, how easy it was from last week to put these tracks on, because I'm an expert now. Oh yeah, now we've got to do the back bit. Do tanks have an aft end? Part 8. Soon we will have another empty sprue. Oops, just need to locate this bit of track under here somehow. I can see where it goes. That bit, so it needs to match there. There we go, it's in. I think what we need to do is hold this one in for a little bit, because it's just sprung out a little bit. Paul's off. It should go shift change at the factory. Should be happening soon. Yep, don't want to be caught watching the live streams while you're at work. But thanks for dropping in. Well, yeah, I'm just going to finish these tracks myself, and then it'll be time to call it a night, I think. I see what's happening here is this wheel here is just a little bit out of line, so it's pushing the track out a little bit, which, as I thought, would have been a problem, would probably be a problem if this wheel here at the back wasn't quite lined up, and it appears not to be, but not to worry, we can get it to fit. Nothing's going to be seen when it's all done. When it's all done and painted and covered in mud, nobody will know the difference. 9. What's that one? Am I going for an all-nighter, says Fox? I'm an old man, yes. Chris, hi Chris. I didn't see you coming in there. It's got a bag of pork scratchings from the pub. Does that count as scratchability? Always pork scratching, yes. Do they still sell pork scratching? I've seen it about for ages. Just try to fettle these tracks in here. Yes, Cynical Steve, you could always leave your tanks in primer. Some of them actually look quite good. I know Trumpeter do that, don't they? When they bring a prototype out, they just spray them in primer and leave them. And actually, they spray them in primer, then they put the photo etch on, so that the photo etch stands out in the brass against the grey primer. And actually, it's a pretty good looking technique. I think that's when I first saw the Panzer IV. That was just done in primer. Just wanted to check that these are right. Yep, that's looking good to go in there. Just look how much we've got built tonight. Unique. Yeah, the tidal wave of pork scratchings get posted. And the last bit of track, which I think should finish a stream quite nicely. How's that for timing? It's as though I planned it. Oh, need to rub the nubs off that. and that sits down on there. With some final gluing, just repositioning before the glue goes off. And there, I think, once the parts sit in properly, there. Now, how's that for timing? Just need to touch your glue in there, let the glue run in, let it all sit. Just keep an eye on it just to watch that it all settles down nicely as the glue goes off and nothing falls out of shape. But how's that? That obviously a bit that we built earlier could go in there like that. And there we are. Look, we have oops. There we have two sponsons. One finished, apart from gluing that bit down, and one where we started this. This was like this when you came in. So that has taken us about a little over 90 minutes to do that. And yeah, that's all. Yeah, I'll just continue. I'll glue the lighting into this one and make a short video of how to do it, so you can see in better detail than if I was to do it now. But I can do that between now and the next time we go live. Next week on a Sunday, it's Chris's turn. He'll be back with another Warhammer build, Warhamster build. His Sunday night. That starts at 8 o'clock, an hour earlier than me, because I like to sleep in the afternoon, and I might not be awake at 8 o'clock to start early. But that's it from me this week. But thank you for your support, and thank you for looking in. Just get these nubs off while I'm talking to you. Thanks for looking in. Don't forget, if you like the channel, if you haven't seen it before, give us a thumbs up, or like and subscribe. Tick the notification bell and I'll keep you updated about what's happening. There's lots of things and ideas that I've got coming up, and I've got what may turn into be a little bit of a weathering project coming up, but I will be doing that on a Wednesday night. Don't forget, I'm around on a Wednesday as well doing the Warhammer free night, when we're looking at building the universal carrier, or the brain carrier. Yeah, Lynn says looking good. Thank you very much, Lynn. But until next time, thank you all again for looking in and joining us. Don't forget, keep an eye out on everybody else's channel, Chris and Fox and Colin and everybody else, you know, the people. And don't forget, if you're interested in the lighting kit and the turret turning and all sorts of special effects you can get for this, you can even get a sound chip. If you wanted a sound chip, you can get that for this as well. And there's lots of things. Just go down and have a look in the description of this for the link to Jennifer at Small Scale Lights. There we go. Anyway, thank you very much everybody for joining in, and until next time, just don't watch the end credits. There's only 30 seconds of them, but thank you very much, and we'll see you all next time. Good night everybody. Bye.